Hi, so this is a Longhorn community meeting monthly, and today is April 10th, 2020. And we're going to talk about our current update for our next major release, which is Longhorn 0.8.1. So let me share my screen. So Longhorn 0.8.1 release, in fact, it's just the milestone I set here, is going to be a majorly bug fixing and stabilizing release because we're really close to our target GA date, which is by the end of Q2. And we are mostly, the most things has been done. And you may have noticed that we're starting firing those nightly upgrade tests or nightly test bugs from our integrate from our nightly tests. We do have a Jenkins system running in the house, and they run every night and give up the update of whatever test cases we have failing or if everything succeeds. So the test cases are located here in the Longhorn test repo. And if you want to contribute and help, and this will be one of the good place to start for you to understand how the users flows of Longhorn works. And also, so there are a few things we had in the Longhorn 0.A1 release, and in fact, we can filter that by the highlight. Okay. Oh, because those are closed. Yeah. So there's one major feature we have added for this release to make it easier for the user to automatically set up a node and a disk. And we call it, I think we do have another formal name call it, not this one, not this one. Another thing is we started adapting using the enhancement proposal way to document our design doc, which is similar to how Kubernetes do things. And the default disk and node configuration feature is the first one to have this design doc written, and it's located in our Longhorn repo. So this feature is going to allow the user to customize the default disk and the node configuration in Longhorn for any newly added node. So before this feature happens, you need to, after you add a node, if you have some customized disk on the node and you want to use with Longhorn, you need to go to the Longhorn UI or using some third-party CLI to get into the Longhorn API and update that. But after this feature is introduced, we are able to just by parsing the labels and annotations. Let me give you an example. Yes. So we are able to do that. We are able to add a new disk from the node by just passing the node labels and annotations, and make sure that, and we are going to create a new disk on those automatically in the Longhorn. For example, if you are going to add a new default disk for a new node, and the condition will be the Longhorn node currently has no disk because it's a new disk and a new node, and also you set the create default disk label node is enabled, and you add those tags at this label, create default disk config to your new Kubernetes node, and add this annotation and the default disk config like this in your node configuration. And when this node has been, when this annotation, the label has been detected by Longhorn, and we are automatically set up the default disk for you. And the same concept applies to the default node tags as well. So if the node has node tags and you have a specified default node tags annotation in your Kubernetes node object, Longhorn will pick up that as well. So this is one of the remaining things we decide to do before the Longhorn formal GA release, and we hope that will help users to set up Longhorn correctly, faster with the help of this feature. So another things we have another major thing we have done in this release is we have a fully documented and supported LGAP installation. And this before this, in fact, this effort has been there for a while, and but we just have the document scattered around, and also we don't have the ability to support the registered credential before this is before this. So now we have this. We have a documented LGAP installation, and it will be we are able to show that in when we release the 0.8.1 release. And also we have added support to the registry secret, and just make sure that we have a good end-to-end experience when user decide to deploy Longhorn in LGAP without accessing to the Docker public registry. Okay, so there's other documents we are working on right now, and also we are focusing a lot on our testing efforts and the test plan stuff. And we are still targeting for the Longhorn A1 release sometime next week, but now as that's still the goal at this moment. And after that, we're only going to have one release, which is our Longhorn 1.0 GA release, and that will be mostly, and in fact, probably 99% of bug fixes. So, and we are going to start re-implementing the new features and the enhancement after GA. Okay, so yeah, that's mostly I want to talk about with the Longhorn 0.8.1 release. And let me see if anything else stands out. Oh yeah, another major thing. Okay, so so now you know that we have this Longhorn IO website for a while, and finally we've found that we are able to we completed the most work in the Docker website, and we are able to switch to our longhorn.io/docs as our official Docker repo. So there's still a bunch of things we need to clean up language-wise, proofread, and make it concept easier for user to understand on this. And that's going to be done before the GA. But in the next week, we are going to remove whatever we had in the Longhorn repo on the documentation side, and those files will be gone. And we are going to move everything and also every follow-up changes in the longhorn.io/docs. And hopefully this is going to be a smooth transaction. And we still have the few features left because, for example, we don't have anchor here for every link. And there are some format issues we probably want to like rectify, but that's about it. So from now on, we're going to use the longhorn.io/docs as our format documentation site. Okay, so that's all the update we want to give for the 0.8.1 release. Is there any questions?
Nothing from me.
Just a really quick question from me. My name's Alex. I'm new to the community, but I think the work you guys do is absolutely fantastic. My question is about the GA release. So I've come across Longhorn as being in an experimental stage. I hear that 0.8.1 is going to be the next part on that journey, and that then we'll progress towards 1.0. Do you think that that GA release will be badged as being production ready? Do you feel that's where Longhorn's getting to?
Yes. So in fact, that's if you see that experimental, that tag on the you probably see that from the Ranger catalog, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we're supposed to take that off when we're starting into the beta, which is like November last year, but we somehow forgot. So it's
okay.
So
cool.
Yeah, so that now is the Longhorn. We're confident enough for the Longhorn to we think is stable enough, and still there are bugs we need to be fixed before the GA. But when we announce the GA release, we expect the Longhorn to be fully production ready, and also the Rental Lab is going to support Longhorn starting from GA release.
Brilliant. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, any other questions? All right, so thank you everybody for joining the meeting, and we'll see you next month. And hopefully, I would say our schedule for the next month will be later this. I think 1 week later, we're going to release the 8.1 release, and for the next month, will be in the next month. This time, we are going to know more about what the schedule of our GA release looks like, and those. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Sheng.
Bye-bye.